Hello everyone and welcome to week 5 of the VBLS. Somehow, with this janky team, I am currently 4-0 undefeated. I am thinking about a lot of options right now. Maybe a lot of exaggeration. We have a pretty challenging matchup. No, I still have not set up the other thing. I'm playing this in the morning before work. I do think it's a good bit of flexibility. We did have to push this back 30 minutes. By we, I do just mean me. So yes, I appreciate their assistance there. And I do not remember their team name. I'm very sorry. So this week, once more, we have the return of Naganadel. Yeah, this team, frankly, I cannot remember off the top of my head what Pokemon they have. Yeah, Marshadow, Make Gardevoir, Tinkaton, Thundurus, Garchomp, Sentret, Lickitung, Glastrier, Vaporeon, Wordier, and Emboar. So they've got a lot of very strong Pokemon, a lot of very strong options. They've got a Trick Room option with Glastrier, which obviously can be pretty good into my team. And then they've got that, like I mentioned, Marshadow, Mega Gardevoir, Garchomp, and Tinkaton core, which I think is very scary, with the option to use Thundurus instead of Thundurus with Glastrier or with the Vaporeon instead of the Trick Room option. They could theoretically bring Sentret as well, though I think that would probably feel good for me. Yeah, I haven't necessarily gone for a Tailwind build for this. I just sort of gone for 3 fast Pokemon and 3 tanky Pokemon as my build here. With the idea being I can either lead a fast offensive mode, or I can lead a with like a bulky cleaner in the back, or I can lead a bulky mode with the offensive cleaners in the back. Sorry, depending on how I feel more comfortable with on a given turn. So yes, I've got this Naganadel, naturally faster than everything except for Marshadow. I've got Terra Fairy. I don't remember why I'm Terra Fairy actually. I think I was worried about Scarf. Yeah, I'm worried about Scarf Garchomp. Possibly just in general about Garchomp. If the Garchomp has no moves to hit this Naganadel, if it's Terra Fairy, I think that was the entire idea. It has access to Protect, which is good. But yeah, Flamethrower to hit Tinkaton, and then Dual Stab can hit everything else reasonably hard. So, on to our next one. Is that the speed stat? Yeah, it's for Thund. Unfortunately, if it was 1 point slower, it would be getting special attack boosts. But it doesn't, unfortunately. But yeah, so here we have Zygarde. This is a Scarf Zygarde here with Terra Ghost for Fake Out from Tinkaton, and 1000 Arrows is the main idea. Though it does also have access to Glare for speed control into Marshadow, depending on exactly how I'm positioned. And it does have Scale Shot there, if I feel like that makes sense. Especially, generally probably be because I'm playing around to give him Terra. Terra Ghost, yeah, not necessarily my favorite into Marshadow, but Marshadow is a very difficult Pokemon to Terra around. And yeah, 1000 Arrows is really just there so I can try and get consistent damage against Pokemon that are faster than Zygarde. Thinking specifically Marshadow and Mega Gardevoir, but it can also be effective against Thundurus, which would be nice. So then the idea is I can lead this next to this Sash Dragapult, which is just Shadow Ball and Dragon Pulse, which is pretty good into my opponent's team. I don't think they have any Pokemon that can take both of those moves. And then I have Dragon Tail there as a third option. The idea is that Dragon Tail can be used against Wordier if they do lead a Trick Room build to prevent it from being able to set up Trick Room unless it clicks Terra Fairy, which I think Terra Fairy isn't amazing here. So that's my thought process there. And this unfortunately does speed tie with max speed Marshadow, but I really appreciate the damage from Modest, so hopefully they will run speed creep for Naganadel and Cyclizar. Now on the bulkier side, we've got here a very physically defensive Mega Ampharos, which frankly, depending on exactly what the position it is against the opposing Pokemon, may not actually click the Mega button. This is one of my options for the bulkier lead with Thunder Wave and then Protect, Thunderbolt, Dragon Pulse. Thunder Wave obviously can be good speed control, and they don't take Thunderbolt, Dragon Pulse well. Luckily this is Thundurus Incarnate, which, you know, obviously is bad for a range of reasons for my team, but It's fine that it isn't immune to electric, so it can't Terra Fairy and then just become immune to Make Ground Force. Yeah, very physically defensive oriented, with taking advantage of the lot of special attack it gets when it Mega Evolves as well. Then we have my Goodra-Hisui. I'm actually think I'm going to change this Toxic. I'm really on the fence between Flamethrower and Dragon Pulse. I think I'm... and Flash Cannon in the last slot. Toxic was originally for the Vaporeon. I think it still makes some sense for the Vaporeon, but I'm now less worried about the Vaporeon and more worried about the Glastrier. It used to be Flash Cannon, and I'm like, I really need Heavy Slam to threaten the one-hit KO into Mega Gardevoir, as well as it's more consistent into Marshadow. But I think I really do need the Flamethrower, because that's more damage into Tinkaton, and it allows me to threaten the Glastrier more reliably, because it does not take much from Heavy Slam. Just a lot of different options that I've been looking through. And then finally... Alright. Finally, I said, and then finally, yes, the Dondozo here, which is just 3 attacks: Body Press, Heavy Slam, Liquidation, Protect, and a Citrus Berry. Another, you know, I don't think I didn't feel like Yawn was effective here, unfortunately. If Yawn was effective, I can tell you how to run it. I think that's basically all I can say. Yeah, Body Press, Heavy Slam, Liquidation, I felt like I needed that, and I feel like my opponent has reasonable momentum. Oh yeah, Terra Psychic here, again, not great into Marshadow, but I really needed the, the fighting resist. I really needed to not get weak to Electric, I think was really one of the big things that concerned me, and not weak to Ice. Because otherwise Flying is, I think, the best one into Marshadow. That's it. It can just Terra Ice Punch here. So, let me find my opponent. Yeah, I think they definitely have to make team building decisions here, because they've got a lot of good Pokemon. I don't care about this. They've got a lot of good options here. I think there's at least, like I mentioned, those like 8 strong options with the option for Sentret. Don't expect Lickitung or Emboar here though, but we'll see. Ultimately, my opponent is going to make their own decisions. Yeah, I think my game 1 leaked. Okay, like I said, Thundurus Glastrier, definitely possibilities. So no Wordy is good, that means no Intimidate, and that means the Unaware that I ran on Dondozo feels better for sure. No Vaporeon, so I'm glad I just cut Toxic because they're not using it. Okay, Terra type wise, actually don't know, can you guys see? I think you can see some of the Terra types. Yeah, you can't see Glastrier's Terra type, which is Water. Terra Fairy on Dragapult, on Marshadow. Terra Steel on Zygarde. Psychic on Mega Gardevoir, doesn't matter. Electric on Thundurus. So is it offensive then? That's interesting. And then Grass on Tinkaton, and then Water on Glastrier. The Grass on Tinkaton could be a problem, but I do have the Flamethrower on Goodra. I think I still go for the original plan of the Zygarde Dragapult lead, game 1. Okay. I really don't. Like, I mean, I'm not a big Link Sender fan, but it's fine either way. So what am I bringing in the back? I love how the Tinkaton's hammer is so big. It's not only hiding Thundurus, but it's pushing Tinkaton behind Glastrier. Pokemon Showdown truly is a beautiful application. So, what is the best in the back here? Well, they've only got fake speed control, so I think it's probably Naganadel as an option of fast speed control and the ground immunity, and then Goodra. I think that's my first game. Okay, so the good news here, my opponent cannot fake out either of these Pokemon effectively. Bad news here, my opponent can fake out these Pokemon. Kinda wish I was Wisp instead of Dragon Tail on the Dragapult right now. Do you reckon they're Assault Vest? Do you think they... Okay, so obviously the best thing for me would be if they didn't know I was Terra Ghost, and I went for Terra Ghost, and they faked out, and it was ineffective. But they do know that I'm Terra Ghost. I may struggle into this Glastria if it is Assault Vest. Now this is a lead matchup that Yawn would be quite good into. I kind of want to Terra Ghost and just Shadow Ball, Terra Ghost 1000 Arrows and Shadow Ball the Glastria. I also kind of want to Superpower it. I could not Terra Ghost, because I can just bring Naganadel in after. Terra Ghost is so I can live an Icicle Crash, as well as be immune to Fake Out. I don't know if I actually live the Icicle Crash at -1. Certainly not if they're... that's not the... no, I would still live it even if they were, like, Bandit, I think. Maybe it's a roll if they're Bandit. But certainly any other stat distribution. So I could Terra Ghost Superpower, and I guess Dragon Pulse is just stronger than Shadow Ball. Okay, so that obviously makes my other thing look less smart. Huh. Okay, that's unfortunate for them. That's unfortunate for me. This is what I did last week. So, if I get another move off with Dragapult, then Glastria goes down. Dragapult is faster than Glastria, unless they're Scarf. They move before Tinkaton. They're definitely Scarf. Okay, so I could protect Dragapult or switch Dragapult into switch Dragapult into Goodra, and go for another superpower into the Glastria, and the idea being I can superpower twice. Obviously the dodge is good for me. It's probably less good for me in the context where I think taking the... no, I can still take a -1 superpower. So that's obviously, like, the idea is that that punishes them attacking, doubling the Dragapult. I think I'll, like, Icicle Crash flinch my Dragapult. That would be really sad. I could switch Goodra and protect the Dragapult as well. Kinda wish I had Ampharos in the back. Ampharos feels like it would be kind of good right now. If I had locked 1000 Arrows... I wouldn't feel that much better than Superpower. But I would be pushing pressure onto the Tinkaton, so I guess I would feel better than Superpower. Because that would mean you couldn't double the Dragapult. Yeah, so Scarf Glastria is interesting. Because one thing, that means that the Tinkaton isn't getting boosted by the Glastria. I think I go for another superpower. I have the option, sorry, the other option is to switch the Zygarde out. I think I do go for another superpower, and I think Protect is technically better. What if I switch this slot into Goodra and I just go for a Dragon Pulse into the Glastria? Actually, probably the other move was better. Please don't flinch. Unfortunately, my opponent is a better player than I am. I actually don't even know if this Goodra knocks out the... Okay, so if we drop the Assault Vest... How much did I do? Oh yeah, it's not got health because it's Scuff. I forgot about that. Still not a guaranteed KO with Dragon Pulse. I could just go back into Zygarde, because we know what lives. Okay, well I just Dragon Pulse into that slot, so that seems alright for me. I'd rather not have taken that. Okay, we know that the Garchomp isn't Scarf, which is great news. Now the question is, does Zygarde knock it out with 1000 Arrows? And the answer is no. So that means I gotta lock into Scale Shot. But I can Flamethrower the Tinkaton. Yeah, the Scarf is definitely a cool bring for my opponent here. Oh, that Tinkaton is taking that shot well. Okay, it's about as well as we expect. It does have good special defense. I just forget that because I'm stupid. Last is Naganadel. I believe, yeah, Naganadel is surely faster than that Scarf. It's not faster than that Scarf. I think I have to double the Marshadow here. I believe Heavy Slam is my strongest move into it. Oh, it's going to steal my speed boost. That's really rude. Is it going to knock out? Yes. So then the question is, should I preserve Zygarde? Or should I preserve Dragapult? I think there's probably cases for both of those. Zygarde is faster than the Dragapult is. No, that's speed tie. So the question is, what's more useful? Is it 1000 Arrows or like Shadow Ball, or even just the Scale Shot now, right? Because that punishes them attacking. Yeah, well, it punishes them attacking is the main thing, right? Alright, I think I do go for the Slam Scale Shot double up into Marshadow here. It punishes them attacking Goodra, that's the thing I was trying to say. Yeah, Thunderwave luck definitely is a thing. I know I had a lot of Thunderwave luck in my previous set. That said, I didn't pair it with a flinch move, so I didn't get the flinches my opponent's getting here. Simply just a better player than I am, I suppose. Gosh, it doesn't look like Tinkaton's in range of Flamethrower from Naganadel either. So I need to get Chip on it as well. Okay, so they did go for the speed boost version of the play. Upsides, downsides, a lot of downsides. No attack drop, please. Oh, I forgot about Gooey. I kinda wanna go Dragapult and click Protect. But is that cringe? Oh, I can go Naganadel and click Protect. I didn't take Life Orb, so it's not Life Orb. It also didn't get a Citrus, so it's not Citrus. I don't think I learned anything like damage calc-wise from that. So my temptation here is to protect Naganadel, definitely. The question is, am I attacking Marshadow or Tinkaton this turn with Goodra? Oh, the question is actually, should I be protecting? Should I be protecting it at all? It's probably a good case that I shouldn't be. I could double protect this turn actually, just for the extra leftovers on Goodra. I think it's possible. That's a win. Winning play. Extra 6% on Goodra is good, bro. Yeah, it can help put me into a range where a fighting move is a roll. I could also switch the Goodra this turn, which unfortunately would mean that I'm Dracoing the Marshadow. I'm gonna go for the switch Goodra play. If they put a fighting move into Goodra, this is amazing for me. If they switch into Glastrier as well, that's also good. Okay, they unfortunately went for Protect. So That's obviously a really bad position for me. I think I have to double the Marshadow slot with Draco and Shadow Ball. Please don't knock out somehow. Okay. Unfortunately, I am now Dracoing into the Tinkaton. So the question is now, can I beat this Tinkaton by myself? I think I am worried about Encore, but I'm not sure how I play around Encore. I don't think 2 flamethrowers is enough. It's not. If I protected the Naganadel that turn, was that ever the winning play? Is protecting Naganadel this turn the winning play? How much is Goodra taking from Glastrier? Crash. A lot. It looks like I definitely do have to lock Dragon Pulse. I think I'm, just going to lock Dragon Pulse and Sludge Bomb into the Glastrier. No, I should protect. I should definitely protect. Well, that's really lame. Superpower is obviously a good bring. Let's see what they go for. Do they double up into the Glastrier is the main question, right? Okay, no, they don't. And that is enough for the KO here, but I'm still slower. I need to protect. They need to not have Encore. And I need to live this this player off, which I probably don't live. So that does look like a win for them. My alternative play, I could have protected the Glastrier, the Goodra that turn, right? I think if the Naganadel Protect had succeeded, very likely a win for me. But yeah, it obviously didn't. Very, very RNG heavy game. If the Naganadel in the back had been Dondozo, was that a win? Not guaranteed. So not guaranteed. So, how do I adapt? Was my lead good? I could have had Ampharos in the back as well. Honestly, it sort of feels like the lead was good. It did still put out a lot of offensive pressure, but I think maybe just going to a slower back with the Goodra and Dondozo instead of Naganadel might be the play. If I did hit that with the Flamethrower, the Naganadel, it wasn't a KO unless like I crit or something, so I probably needed to burn. And we didn't see an item, so it could be Cloak, but it could be Citrus. Okay, interesting first turn. I'm gonna Scarf Glare the Glastrier, to be honest. And Protect. My thoughts are they might Thunder Wave Icicle Crash into the Dragapult here. This is the play that punishes that the hardest. Yeah, Thunder Wave. Do they also Icicle Crash it though, is the question. Well, we won't know. We could never know. Either way, I'm gonna switch into we're gonna switch in Goodra now. I wish I had a different Terra. I did consider Terra Electric, but I really wanted the resist to Hyper Voice. I think I do just need to start chipping at this Glastrier. It's got a really big health pool, but I could also be chipping at the Thundurus because it's also got a really big health pool. I think the Thundurus is likely to take it worse. What Terra is the Thundurus? Electric. Okay. I kind of want to just protect the Goodra here. But they're probably going to Thunderbolt the Thundurus, because they can do that pretty freely. I think I can always double the Glastrier here, unless I flinch, right? But I'm doubling it with Dragon Pulse, which means if they have anything that resists in the back, they can take it. So I could protect the Goodra and Dragon Pulse the Thundurus here, or Shadow Ball the Thundurus even. Actually, can I ever... Sorry, let's put the Scarf. This Scarf Glastrier obviously is very effective. This is a good ring for my opponent. So they can either Thunder Wave this, or they can attack to break the sash on Dragapult. Am I ever Terrafiring the Dragapult here? Just to resist Icicle Crash? Do we think they're Terra Watering the Glastrier? What did they have in the back last time? They had the Marshadow, which I think I only Heavy Slammed. I did reveal all my moves on Goodra, unfortunately. But it came close to winning, so... quite a fast Tinkaton. I definitely want to keep up the positioning with my 1000 arrows. So, is the best way to do that? I guess there's sort of two options there. I can try and force, like if I pressure down the Glastrier more, then 1000 arrows is more likely to clean. And then I may also want to consider getting Thundurus in range, which is probably as simple as hitting it with the Dragon Pulse right now. From Dragapult specifically. I could protect my Goodra, right? I think I'm going for the Protect Goodra version of the play. I think there's an argument it's also the Protect Dragapult version of the play. But I think I will go for the Shadow Ball into Glastrier here. That is unfortunate. That's unfortunate for them as well. So that turn wound up being a wash. How much is the Goodra Flamethrower doing the Glash? It's not amazing damage, but it's good damage. Alright, I think I do just go for the Shadow Ball double up. Okay, unfortunately they did break my sash here. But, oh, that meant that they didn't attack the Goodra, so they didn't achieve anything by breaking my sash. Sludge Bomb's an interesting bring here. I guess better than Thunderbolt, but it feels pretty marginally better than Thunderbolt. I don't have any Pokemon that's super effective into. I guess Thunderbolt couldn't power this, but it is a stab, so it would have done more damage to the Dragapult. Well, I'm glad to have their Glastrier down. Obviously that wound up being a pretty significant issue last game. They're going to kill my Dragapult here. I've got Dozo in the back, so I think I have to bring Dozo in this turn. And go for, I think I may have to Terra Psychic. What if I Terra Fire? Okay, it looks like Terra Fire can live Spectral Thief. I don't know what item they are, but it looks like Terra Fire can live Spectral Thief. So I could protect Goodra and Terrafire Shadow Ball, the Marshadow here. I can also switch the Marshadow into Dondozo. Or into Zygarde even. Maybe the Zygarde version of the play is correct. The Zygarde version of the play probably has to be accompanied with... Oh, the Thundurus is Life Orb. Interesting. The Zygarde version of the play probably has to be accompanied with either Protect or Terra Psychic, and I think Terra Psychic then is better. Doesn't feel great though. So that would be Terra Psychic Heavy Slam into Marshadow, which doesn't actually put it in range of 1000 arrows. I wish Goodra learned Helping Hand, but I don't think it does. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure I'd be running it over the Flamethrower set, which used to be Toxic briefly. And certainly you guys watching the set are glad that I cut Toxic. Yeah, Goodra, sadly. A lot of my Pokemon learn Helping Hand. Goodra's not one of them. I could protect the Dragapult this turn. It's a very difficult turn. I am currently ahead of Materiel, but I think I'm down on positioning. I think I have to go for the Terra Psychic Heavy Slam play. And I kind of want to protect, but I think I'm going to switch in... Honestly, I think I'm going to switch in Dondozo here. Okay, that's good. That's really good. I wish I'd switched in Zygarde now. That does so much. And, the poison's really bad. Well, now I wish they were, Scarf. Okay, so... I think I bring in Zygarde into the Goodra slot and Dragapult into the Dozo slot. Okay, interesting. I wonder what they're going for with the Thundurus then. Maybe it's a Thunderbolt into the Dragapult slot? No, okay. Interesting. Interesting. I definitely have the temptation to lock Scale Shot here because it does stronger single target damage. I could Glare the Tinkaton as well. Which just lets it Dragapult be faster than it, right? They haven't Terra'd yet, so that would allow me to play around them going for a Terra with the Tinkaton. Yeah, Scale Shot's not a very reliable KO into the Thundurus. Otherwise, I think I'd go for it. I think I go for Glare into Tinkaton, and I just start throwing out Shadow Balls. Oh, actually, I kind of want to Dragon Pulse the Thundurus. I could switch the Zygarde out into Goodra. But it's less reliable to get a turn with Dragapult that way. Do we think the last move... Yeah, surely the last move is Thunderbolt. With the Terra Electric. Alright, I'm gonna I think I have to Glare the Tinkaton. I think I need that speed control to Tinkaton. Even if it might come at the cost of Zygarde. But hopefully it won't. And then I just need to be chipping this Thundurus. I think I'm actually quite close to winning... Okay. That was... the Serene Grace Thundurus has been pretty effective. Okay. But not that effective. I'm going to switch Goodra in now. I think I am just some chip on Tinkaton away from sweeping with Zygarde. 1,000 errors. What if I sack the Dozo instead of going Goodra? I think I'm going to go for that version of the play. Alright, we do that, and we Shadow Ball the Tinkaton for chip. We could hit the Thundurus instead. Sure, I'll go for the damage into Thundurus instead. Please no flinch. No flinch. Paralysis, whatever the word is. Play rough for 71. Expert EVs there on the Dragapult. How am I minus attack? Oh, it's got Mold Breaker. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, I think I just doubled the Marshadow here. I don't think Tinkaton... Okay. I don't love that I'm taking chip here. Also, I'm going to be body pressing now, because I expect this to Terra Cross. I don't think they've Terra'd. Yeah, they haven't. The problem is that they get the sneak into Zygarde, right? That's the thing that annoys me the most. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Strong ability. Okay, that's obviously a good start for me. I think I body press again, and I'm going to switch in the Goodra here to be able to lock instead into the other move. Yeah, if I wasn't poisoned on this Dozo, it would be very healthy right now, and there would like not even be a single problem in this set, but unfortunately, I did get poisoned. I think this is probably a Scale Shot version of the play. Sorry, Superpower version of the play. Alright, I can Flamethrower. Yeah, Superpower, not quite a knockoff. They've got some bulk, but I don't know how much. Oh my gosh, very, very intense set. What do we know about my opponent's sets? We haven't seen the Mega Gardevoir at all, which feels kind of insane to me. I think Mega Gardevoir is probably their best abuser of paralysis. So I'm surprised we haven't seen it at all. I don't know how to play around it. What Terra did I went for the Terra Psychic. The Terra Psychic wound up being really good because they were CC over Low Kick. Obviously CC is better into a lot of Pokemon, right? But Low Kick is still 120 base power into Goodra, and doesn't come with the attack defense drop. Tinkaton wound up being a problem. How good was Ampharos here? Actually feels like Ampharos is pretty reasonable. How good is Ampharos at lead here? I could lead it with Dragapult and then just protect and Thunderwave with Ampharos if they lead anything except the Garchomp. I think that's a pretty reasonable play. So then in the back I would want Zygarde and Goodra probably. Though Dozo is better into some stuff. Do I have a not bring Zygarde? Zygarde just felt very oppressive to my opponent in the late game there. Do I have a not bring Dragapult? I don't think I can lead the Zygarde 1000 Arrows version of the play. I could just bring these two and not bring Zygarde. But that would be sad because I kind of want to put Zygarde on... no, I've already done Zygarde on the thumbnail. So it's probably Goodra on the thumbnail. Goodra did have a pretty good game. Okay, so what are the downsides to not having Zygarde? No Glare. The greatest move of all time. Is that the only downside? Did they reveal Fake Out game 1? No. No Thunderwave switching? Sure, let's just do this version of the play. Alright, protect turn 1, and no Mega Thunderwave the Tinkaton. That's the incredible flexibility of Mega. You can just not click the button, and then there is no downside, and you can't be punished. We'll see if they have Fake Out this entire time. It should be funny. Now, I'm probably going to take 1,000,000 damage from Thundurus here, which is unfortunate. However, I don't think I have a really great way to deal with that. There is the alternative of going for the Mega with Ampharos and doing 1,000,000 to Thundurus. Maybe that's a better play. How much worse is the non-Mega? It's a lot less damage. It is a lot less damage. How much worse is doing that next turn after Thunderwaving the Tinkaton? I don't think it's much worse. Okay. Static? No static! This is hacks. Never in my life has an opponent hacked me this hard. So I kind of want to switch in Zygarde and go for the Mega Evolution Thunderbolt into Thundurus. That is my alarm that is normally on when I don't have an LED. My apologies for that. That's letting me know I should be getting up for work. And I'm obviously already pretty up. So let's hope that they do something that works out well for me. I think that's basically the hope. Okay, well that's unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. What did I go for? Ooh, that's really bad. Okay, I went for that version of the play. I'm gonna go into Goodra this turn. I think I always could have gone into Goodra because I know they were looking Sludge Bomb. And I'm gonna Thunderwave the Tinkaton. This is playing around them going for a Protect play or a Switch play. And around Terra Grass is the thing that I'm sort of most likely to be annoyed by. I haven't Terra'd yet. Sorry, I clicked the Mega button. I'm like, wait, what did I use my Terra on? If I win this, I'm the only 5-0 coach. Can I connect the Thunderwave? I can. Very skillful play for myself. I'm gonna Flamethrower, and I'm gonna... Yeah, I think Thunderbolt, the Thundurus slot. Unfortunately, yeah, it is gonna do a bunch of it to me, but it didn't get the burn this time. Alright, let's see, do they Thunder Wave? No, they don't do anything. It may actually be the pirates who didn't do anything. They haven't terrored yet. I really want to hit this Glastrier here. But I don't know if I can Flamethrower or Dragon Pulse. I'm feeling alright about the, I guess Dragon Pulse is always fine, but never good. I'm gonna protect the Ampharos here. I could be pushing the damage into Tinkaton, but I am pretty worried about this Glastrier. I just wish I'd gotten the static turn 1, you know? Okay, so the crash did go into the Ampharos, that's good news. Speed be dropping. I guess Flamethrower would have been better then. So I could sack something. I could double protect. Could just dodge. I am probably trying to go for 1,000 arrows clean, which does mean a lot more damage on this Glastrier. I think I should just go for the double protect, right? Because it means that I am maximizing my odds to not take damage with the slot, because I can dodge an Icicle Crash. Hold on, I'm very defensive. I forgot that I did that. The very defensive means that I don't actually die. I'm just going to double the Glastrier and try not to flinch. Nope, very defensive does mean still that I die. I don't know why it said that I didn't. Well, I probably wouldn't now. How much did Sneak do? Sneak. Shadow Sneak did 21. How much health am I at? 31? I guess we're going into Dragapult and clicking Protect. So I really want to protect and Heavy Slam this Marshadow. Why do I want to protect? That's probably a reasonable question. They can attack both slots, right? I always keep my Sash if I protect. Do I want to Terra Psychic? If I Terra Psychic, they have to double me to knock me out with Goodra. Is that enough? The Marshadow is a problem because of the Sneak plus the poison, right? The Sludge Bomb poison is the problem. If I attack the Glastrier this turn, I can always protect the Dragapult next turn instead. So I could go for a Heavy Slam. I could go for a Terra Psychic, Heavy Slam plus Shadow Ball play. They probably, I didn't think it was unlikely they protected there. But they just give me more health on the Goodra then. Alright, so my play here, I believe, is to protect and to Shadow Ball. Just because I need to play around Fake Out. I could protect the Dragapult as well. So my assumption is their Sash. I suppose it wouldn't matter if I don't KO anyways, right? So I'm gonna lock Flamethrower and protect here. Now, I assume they attack the Dragapult. That was a bad assumption. I can't let them sneak me. I gotta let them sneak me. But I can't let them sneak me. I think I maybe should have switched since I got that turn, but I'm gonna go for a double protect here. Which I should have done against the Glastrier as well, eh? I don't know what was wrong with my my Mega Ampharos calc. It definitely said Mega Ampharos hidden calc. It said 71 to 85. Crashed at 62. I have no idea what it got wrong, but it got something wrong. Please don't full power. Okay, well that looks like a win. Oh, they didn't even Terra that entire set. Because it wouldn't have done anything. GG's! Oh my gosh, undefeated 5-0 Mono Dragon. Gosh. Goodra definitely thumbnail. Thumbnail potential Goodra. I am going to send my opponent a copy of my paste. Hopefully get a chance to look at theirs. And hopefully in that context. Okay, is there much to reflect on? I mean, I think... can I squeeze... Smiley face. I'm going to quickly send the replay as well. Apologies for any typing sound. Oh, also, I've had my heater on this entire time, which I meant to apologize for at the start of the video, but I was a bit rushing. Like I mentioned, Kevs was very polite in giving us a little bit of extra time to start, but that has pushed me up closer to when my work has started, and I didn't want to be too much of a burden, but it wound up being a very well played from Kevs. Very, very crazy set. I'm still, honestly, a bit shocked that Mega Gardevoir never hit the field. Okay. Alright, so let me remind myself. Can you see all the... Yeah, so you can't see... Skill Swap on Tinkaton and High Horsepower on Glastrier. Skill Swap for the guy, I guess. Skill Swap, double Skill Swap for Unaware, I suppose. It was Sash Marshadow. Marshadow doesn't need a Sash, as we saw. I hit it with Shadow Ball and it walked it off. I'm modest, by the way. I didn't mention that. It was a speed tie. There was a Dragon Bolt Marshadow speed tie, which is obviously unfortunate for me. But yeah, I think I said in my head. I don't know if I said it in prep. But if they just click Sneak, then the speed tie doesn't matter. Worst focus Sash ever. Okay, loaded dice Garchomp. Yeah, I was worried about a Scarf Garchomp. Obviously, the Scarf Glastrier wound up being pretty scary itself. But yeah, I was worried about a Scarf Garchomp. And loaded dice is sort of one way to achieve that. But we see it was a pretty interesting set. The 52 Spit F is probably for some specific calc, I don't know. Shuka Berry on Tinkaton for 1,000 arrows. But they terrored on the other game, no! Yeah, okay, the Gardevoir set was interesting. No Hyper Voice. I don't have Wide Guard. So I'm not solely... Oh yeah, right, it has Skill Swap. Yeah, okay, I can understand why this set didn't wind up hitting the field, though I do think it was reasonable to be scared of Mega Gardevoir with my Mono Dragon team. I don't even have like a Turtonator, who's clearly the hard counter to Mega Gardevoir. Yeah, so that was a really fun game. Thanks so much to Kevs for playing. Again, thanks so much for being flexible. They definitely brought some interesting stuff. I definitely understand why they wound up relying on the 4 mons. I think the 4 that they brought were probably the most consistent ones. Skill Swap Blast is definitely interesting. And they saved the Fake Out till Game 3, I think. Actually, they might have done it in the middle of Game 2. That's wrong. That's a Twitch fault. No, yeah, they didn't. They saved it to the end of Game 3. Well, thank you guys all for watching. Insane to be the only undefeated team at the end of Week 5. I mean, it's the start of Week 5, but the only other undefeated team already lost their Week 5 game, so I'm the only undefeated team. I think this mostly goes to show that if anyone had been given this team, they also would have gone 5-0. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.